Continuing the last example, we are saying this example, verify the divergence theorem of f bar given f bar taken over the parallelepiped. This is your parallelepiped with limits on xyz as 0 to a, 0 to b and 0 to c. So to verify divergence theorem means to verify this equation, that is prove that this LHS is equal to RHS. So find first RHS. For RHS we have to calculate divergence of f bar. So by comparing here in this example f bar is given directly, so we have to take the divergence of this f bar. So divergence of f bar formula is f1x, f2y, f3z, that is partial derivatives of f1, f2, f3 with respect to x, y, z. So these are the derivatives. This is your f1, as the given f bar is compared with the standard formula of f bar, that is f1i, f2j, f3k. We get f1, this is f1, this is f2 and this is f3. So we get the divergence of f bar by taking partial derivatives with respect to x, y, z. So by putting, and then value of dv is, it is fixed, that is dx dy dz. So putting divergence of f bar and dv in this, we get the triple integration, that is volume integration. So there are the differentials dx dy dz. So we want the limits of x, y, z. So limits of x, y, z are given, that is 0 to a, 0 to b and 0 to c. 0 to a, 0 to b, 0 to c. And in last lecture we have calculated this triple integration, we are evaluated this triple integration. So the answer is ABC in bracket a plus b plus c. This is your RHS. So for LHS is surface integral of f bar n cap ds. So here to find this surface integral, there are 6 surfaces for this parallelepiped. So over these 6 surfaces we have to separately find the integral, that is for 6 surfaces. So surface integral over the surface S equal to the surface integral over S1 to S6. So we have to find these integrations to these surfaces, 6 surfaces S1 to S6. So in last lecture we have seen first 2 surfaces integration, that is for S1 and S2. So continuing the last lecture, so S2 is C dash B dash PA dash, C dash B dash PA dash. So it's the upper side surface, this square, this is the plane. So on this plane is intersect this z axis and at this point intersect at this point. So this point is 0 0 c, because the z value z limit is 0 to c. So this is your z axis. So z is equal to 0 this point and z equal to c this point. So this point is 0 0 c and this plane is upper side plane is intersect to this z axis. So this plane has the equation z equal to c, as if in xy plane the straight line is parallel to x axis and this is the point 0 2 on y axis. So this straight line has equation y equal to 2, because this straight line intersect at 0 to 2, hence this straight line having equation y equal to 2. In same manner, instead of this straight line there is a plane, this surface, upper surface, and this upper surface is intersect at this point to this z axis. So hence it has the equation z equal to c. Then what is the value of n cap? So to this upper side plane, if we apply the right handed screw law, the this plane has the direction from this to this, and suppose this is your screw. So when we move in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will go in the upward direction. When we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will be come outside and it goes to upward direction, and in upward direction there is a vector there is a axis, z axis, and along this z axis the unit vector is k cap. Hence the value of n cap is k cap. So by putting f bar value here and k cap here, only existed value is k cap multiplication. This is your value of f bar. So this f bar into k cap. So we get only kk term, because other terms will be 0, because here k cap means first vector is f bar. There is a product of two terms, so f bar is first vector, k cap is second vector. So in k cap there is a 0i plus 0j, that is ij coefficients are absent, that is coefficients are 0 0, and here the coefficients of ij are these two terms. When we multiply, only I, j, j and k multiplication exist. So here the I multiplication is also 0, because here it is I coefficient is x square minus yz, and here I coefficient is 0. So 0 into x square minus yz, again 0 into y square minus zx is 0. So only k multiplication is existed. So z square minus xy into 1, that is, and k into k is 1 always. So z square minus xy into 1 dx dy. But on this S2 surface, z is equal to value having c. So put z equal to c here. So we get c square minus xy. So solve this double integration with respect to x first and then y. So c square is constant, c square integration is c square x with respect to x first, then minus y as it is, x integration is x square by 2, putting 0 to a limits, because xy limits are given, x limits are 0 to a, y limits are 0 to b. So putting 0 to a limits, upper limit minus lower limit, these are the values of x. So put x equal to a minus x equal to 0. We get this term. Then the outer integration is with respect to y. So c square a is constant, with respect to y integration is into y, minus c square by 2 constant, y integration is y square by 2 from 0 to b. So upper limit, these limits are of y, as they we are taking the integration with respect to y. So put y equal to b, then y equal to 0. We get the answer this. Then along the S3, along the S3 integral f bar n cap ds equal to, so S3 is OB a dash c, OB a dash c, that is backside plane, this square, this backside plane or backside surface is your S3 surface. On this surface is along y and z axis. So there is no role of this x axis. So for this plane x equal to 0. So for this backside surface x equal to 0. Again, what is the value of n cap? So if it is the whole and the anti-clockwise direction is this, so when that screw is in this position, and when we move this screw on this surface, backside surface, in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come outside in back direction. So in back direction the axis is negative x-axis, because this is your positive x-axis, and in back direction the screw will go to back direction by using right-handed rule. When we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come outside and it goes to the back direction, and in back direction there is a negative x-axis, and on positive x-axis unit vector is I, on negative x-axis unit vector is minus I. So by right-handed screw law, n cap value is minus I. So by multiplying minus I to f bar, this f bar, only I term exists. So minus I into this, so x square minus yz into minus 1. So x square minus yz into minus 1, and then I into I is again 1. So we get minus x square minus yz. On this S3 surface x is 0, so put x equal to 0 here, we get minus yz, that is only yz, and ds is, as the S3 plane is parallel to yz plane, so we have to take ds equal to dy dz. So from first surface S1, this S1 surface is OA CB, OACB, that is downward plane. So this surface is parallel to XY plane, parallel to XY axis. This bottom plane parallel to XY plane. Hence, we are taking ds equal to dx dy. Then for S2 surface is parallel to XY plane. S2 means this upper side plane. This S2 plane is again this plane, horizontal plane, this upper side plane. This horizontal plane is again parallel to XY plane. Hence, we are taken here ds equal to dx dy. Then this S3 plane, that is back side plane, that is this plane, vertical plane. This is parallel to YZ plane, Y and Z plane. This back side surface is parallel to YZ plane. Hence, we taken ds equal to dy dz. So y and z having limits are limits are 0 to b, z limits are 0 to c. So solving this double integration by earlier three terms, for these three surfaces, we get the double integration answer. Then for S4 is AC dash PB dash, AC dash C dash B dash left side this is S4 plane is AC PB dash, AC PB dash. So this is front surface, this surface, and this surface is parallel to, that is this surface is parallel to YZ plane. This surface is parallel to YZ plane. Hence we have taken ds equal to dy dz. Then what is the value of n cap for front surface? So if this is your screw, and when we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, this is your surface, and we are moving the screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come towards you, that is in the direction of negative z axis. In the if we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come to this side, that is your side. Then at this position there is a x-axis, and along x-axis the unit vector is I. Hence we have taken n cap equal to I. So by multiplying f bar to I, only I term exists. So I into this term only. So x square minus yz, I into I is 1. So x square minus yz. And on this plane, this plane intersect only x-axis at this point, and this point is on x-axis. This point is x limits are 0 to a, so x value is a. So here a 0 0. So this point is a 0 0. Hence the equation of this plane is x equal to a. Or on this plane, the x value is, this plane is intersect at this x-axis only. On x-axis this point is a 0 0. Hence the plane having equation x equal to a. So put x equal to, for S4 surface there is a equation x equal to a. So put x equal to a here, a square minus yz, and solve this double integration with respect to y first and then z. For S5 is OCB dash a. The S5 surface is this left side surface, OC dash B dash A. This surface is your next surface, and this surface is, that is this vertical surface. This surface is parallel to x and z axis. this surface is parallel to z axis and x axis. So hence we take ds is equal to dx dz. So what is the value of n cap? So for n cap, if this is a screw and if we fix here to this plane, left side plane, and when we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will go to in this side. So in this side there is a negative y-axis, and on negative y-axis the unit vector is minus j, because on y-axis there is j vector. So on negative y-axis there is a minus j vector. So here put n cap equal to minus j. So by multiplying f bar to minus j, only jj multiplication exists. So y square minus zx into minus 1, y square minus zx into minus 1, and j into j is 1. So this will be 1. So minus y square minus zx. On this y is 0. So on S5 plane, so this left side surface is your S5 surface, and this surface is on x axis and z axis. There is no role of y axis. Hence for this plane y is 0. So here for S5 surface y equal to 0. So put y equal to 0 here. We get minus zx into minus 1. We get xz dx dz. Solve this integration. We get the answer. Then for S6 is your right side plane, PA dash BC. So this is your right side plane. And how to find n cap? So if we fix this screw here, and when we move this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come outside and it goes to right side, and on right side the axis is y-axis. On y-axis the unit vector is j. So hence we put n cap equal to j, and by multiplying f bar to j, only jj multiplication exists. So y square minus zx into 1 j into j. So j into j is 1. So y square minus z. On this S6 surface, this surface intersect on y-axis only, and on y-axis the y limits are 0 to b. So this point is 0 b 0, because middle coordinate is y coordinate. So this point is 0 b 0. So this plane having equation y equal to b, because this is your y-axis. So y equal to b. So put y equal to b here. So b square minus xz dx dz, and solve this integration. We get the answer. So by adding these all surface integrals together, we get ABC into a plus b plus c, that is the RHS. Hence LHS equal to RHS. We proved that divergence theorem is verified. So in divergence theorem, how to verify divergence theorem? So this is your statement or formula. So first we calculated RHS. So divergence of f bar, this is your f bar given. Calculate divergence of f bar by formula. Then dv having value dx dy dz. Then triple integration we solved here with respect to x, then y, then z, by taking the limits of x, y, z as 0 to a, 0 to b, 0 to c. Then for RHS, this surface, to evaluate this surface integral, there are 6 surfaces, and along these 6 surfaces we are finding the surface integral. So, and adding these 6 surface integrals answer, we get the total surface integral answer. So LHS is equal to RHS we get, and this proved that divergence theorem. Then next is Stokes theorem. Stokes theorem, if f bar, the statement is if f bar be any vector point function and S is the surface bounded by the curve C, then the integration over curve f bar dr bar is equal to surface integral curl f bar into n cap ds, where n cap is the unit normal vector at any point on the surface S, and which is drawn in which we are using right-handed screw law, where the curve is C given. So this theorem is a relation between line integral and surface integral. The previous divergence theorem, Gauss divergence theorem or divergence theorem is relation between surface integral and volume integral, and Stokes theorem is relation between line integral and surface integral. So in Green's lemma, there is a surface integral, but in that the surface integral is in the form of plane only, that is xy plane, xz plane or yz plane equations are given, or plane surfaces are given for S. But in Stokes theorem, in this surface integral, the S is mentioned for plane also and for 3D diagram also. 3D diagram means sphere, etc. So let us see the examples. Verify the Stokes theorem for f bar equal to this equation for the surface of the rectangle. The surface S is given by the rectangle bounded by x equal to 0, y equal to 0, x equal to 1, y equal to 2 and z equal to 0. So x equal to 0 means y-axis, y equal to 0 means x-axis, x equal to 1, it is the straight line which is parallel to y-axis, and this point is your 1, 0, and this is your x equal to 1 equation. Then y equal to 2 is this equation which is always parallel to x-axis, and this is your 0, 2 point. So from 0 to point, the intersecting straight line having equation is y equal to 2 and z equal to 0, means there is no any z-axis. So this is your diagram. So verify Stokes theorem means we have to prove LHS as well as RHS. So let us see the LHS answer. So for LHS, we have to see the curve. So this is your curve OABCO. On this curve, we have to integrate this line integral over f bar into dr bar. So f bar value is given, f bar value is this, and dr bar value is, dr bar is, if r bar is equal to xi plus yj plus zk, this is fixed, then dr bar is dxi dyj plus dzk. So put f bar into dr bar. So f bar into dr bar. So over curve, this curve is not only one curve. In this diagram, the curve is distributed into 4 paths. That is, we have to evaluate this line integral by using the path method. So there are 4 paths, OA, AB, BC, CO path in this direction. OA, AB, BC, CO. So along the 4 paths, we have to find these 4 line integrations. So first see what are the equations on these paths. So along OA, this OA is on x-axis, so its equation is y equal to 0. It is geometrical rules. Then along AB, this equation is x equal to 1. Along BC, this straight line is y equal to 2. So there is y equal to 2 equation. Along CO, this is your y-axis. So for y-axis, x equal to 0 there. So these are the equations along the 4 paths. Then find the line integral along these 4 paths. So f bar into dr bar, multiplying these 2 vectors, so only I, j, and k components are existed. So xy square dx plus y dy plus z square x dz. So this is the general vector multiplication. Then along OA, y is 0. So put y equal to 0, 0, 0, we get z square x dz. Again along OA, for commonly it is given in the example that z equal to 0. So put again z equal to 0 here, we get 0 dx. So integration of 0 is 0. So we get line integral along the path OA is equal to 0. Then along path AB, x equal to 1. Along path AB, x equal to 1. Z equal to 0 is common to all paths. So take it as commonly. So x equal to 1 and z equal to 0 along the path AB. So AB, so this is the f bar into dr bar. Take it as directly here. and put x equal to 1 and z equal to 0 here, we get only y dy. So as only dy exists, so along the path the integration limits are the values of y. So the y limits are along the path AB. Along the path AB, here a point, here y value is 0, and here this point is, this is the intersection of y equal to 2 and x equal to 1. This is the intersection, this is the intersecting point of x equal to 1 line and y equal to 2. Hence this point is 1, 2. So along path AB, here the y limit is 0 and here the y limit is 2. So the limits are 0 to 2. So solve this integration, we get the answer. Then along the path BC, along path BC y equal to 2. BC y equal to 2 and again z equal to 0. So put z equal to 0 and y equal to 2. So if y equal to 2, 2 into dy, and value of dy is, take differentiating this y equal to 2, y derivative is dy, 2 derivative is 0. So dy and dz equal to 0. So putting these values in this equation, we get xy square dx. Again y square value is 4x. So here only dx exists, so put x limits. So x limits are along BC path. So BC path, on B x value is 1, on C x value is, this point is 0, 2. So on C x value is 2. As the direction is from B to C, so we have to take the limits from B to C. So on B 1 is there, on C 0 is there. So the x value limits are 1 to 0. 1 to 0. Solve this integration, we get the answer. Then along path CO, x is equal to 0 and again z equal to 0. So we get dx equal to 0 and dz equal to 0 by taking derivative. So put all these values in this equation, we get y dy. So y limits are on CO, on C to O, y limits are, as the direction is from C to O, that is path having the direction, we have to take the limits in the proper direction. So this is the direction of this path. So from C to O, we have to take the limits. So at C, y value is 2. At 0, at O, this is O means 0, 0 point. At O, the y is 0. So the limits are 2 to 0. 2 to 0. Solve this, we get the answer. So by adding this all the answers, we get this line integral answer as addition of 4 paths line integrals is equal to -2. Then calculate RHS. For RHS, we have to find this surface integral. For left side along this curve, and for this curve there are 4 paths, and along this to calculate this RHS, along this surface there is only one surface. This is your plate OABC. This is your plate, keep as it is, and this is your plate, a horizontal plate, and this is only one plate, that is one surface. So to evaluate this surface integral over only one surface, this is your surface OABC. But to calculate the line integral along the curve, there is a curve having 4 paths. So by adding 4 paths, we get the LHS, and for RHS there is only one surface. This is your surface OABC, that is your plate. So for right side, we have to calculate first curl F bar. So curl F bar having formula. This formula is from 5th chapter. So ijk partial derivative with respect to x, y, z. Then these are the coefficients of ijk from F bar. So F bar having ijk coefficients as xy square, y and z square x. Xy square, y and z square x. Z value is 0. It is given in the example. So put z square x as 0. So solve the solve this determinant. We get 0i plus 0j minus 2xy k. How to solve this determinant? This is the 3 by 3 determinant. So we get I into partial derivative this multiplication minus this multiplication, and in multiplication we have to calculate the partial derivatives. So dabba by y of 0, that is we have to take partial derivative with respect to y of 0 is 0, minus we have to take partial derivative of y with respect to z, that is 0, that is we get 0i, minus j into partial derivative of 0 with respect to x is 0, minus partial derivative of this xy square with respect to z is again 0, because with respect to z xy square are constant and its derivative is 0. We are taking here partial derivatives. So plus k into y derivative with respect to x is 0, minus xy square derivative with respect to y. So here term exists, x is constant, multiplicative constant as it is, and y square derivative with respect to y is 2y. So only k term is exists, that is 0i plus 0j or minus 0j minus 2xy k. So this is your curly f bar. Then put this value minus 2xy k into n cap ds. So here n cap, what is the value of n cap? So this is your surface, and by this is your surface, so we can calculate the n cap on this surface by using right-handed screw law. If we fix the screw and having this direction in anti-clockwise direction, and by moving this screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will go outside in this direction, and in this direction the axis is z axis there, and on z axis the unit vector is k. Here it is go outside, this screw go outside when we moving in the anti-clockwise direction. So in this, the screw is the axis is z axis, and along z axis n cap is, along z axis the unit vector is k, so put n cap equal to k cap, and by multiplying this k into k is 1, so only remaining is minus 2xy, and ds value is dx dy, because this surface is parallel to xy axis only. This surface is parallel to y and x axis or x and y axis. Hence the ds is equal to dx dy. You can remember like this by this idea. So what are the limits then? X limits and y limits. So for this surface, along the x axis, when we start from this and into this, that is we are moving from left to right side, we get the x limits. That is here the x value is on this y axis, the x value is 0, and here on this straight line the x value is 1, so the limits are 0 to 1, and when we go from downward to upward direction we get the y limits. That is here y is on this line, y is 0, and on this line y is 2, so the limits of y are 0 to 2, and x limits are 0 to 1, 0 to 1 and 0 to 2. So first integrate with respect to x, minus 2y constant, x integration is x square by 2, put up lower limit and upper limit 0 to 1, then remaining terms are these, and integrating we get the answer, and LHS answer and RHS answer are same, hence Stokes theorem is verified.